What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having an alright day. There's a lot that we need to talk about, so let's do this, shall we? So I'm gonna let everybody know that throughout this video, you're probably gonna get a little bit of a pissed off vibe from me because over this weekend, a lot happened, and reading these stories and working on it for this video, it just got to me. The first thing I want to talk about is, I should probably do this segment. It's called "What Idiotic Thing Has Trump and His Administration Done This Time?" And what they did on this is just so obscure. It is a lot. But on Friday, the Trump administration, they finalized a rule that would remove non-discriminative protections for LGBTQ people when it comes to healthcare and health insurance. Now, this was announced on the 4-year anniversary of the massacre at a gay nightclub in Orlando and in the middle of Pride Month. Again, I told you I'm going to give you guys pissed off vibes and everything else on the way. Now, it is one of its many rules and regulations put forward towards this administration that defines sex discrimination as only applying to those facing discrimination for being male or female and does not protect people from discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity. Now, this is also part of a broad administration effort across multiple areas of policies, including education, housing, and employment. Again, this is something that the Trump administration has done, and I am livid and pissed off by this. Now, the Affordable Care Act, or also known as Obamacare, established broad civil rights protections in healthcare, being discrimination based on race, color, national origin, sex, age, disability, or in any health program or activity that receives federal finance assistance. Now, Roger Serino, the director of the Office for Civil Rights at the Department of Health and Human Service, and his unit was responsible for this, said in an interview that it was a move for equivalent to housekeeping, and that the federal government was updating our books to reflect the legal reality. The sex discrimination language does not explicitly refer to the legal states of transgender people. And when I read that part, I just want to punch something. I just want to punch that person like dead on. Like, I legit wanted to just punch something. And a lot with this is, again, truly disrespectful. Under this new rule, a transgender person could, for example, be refused for a checkup at a doctor's office. Other scenarios for this could possibly be a transgender man being denied treatment for ovarian cancer, or a hysterectomy not being covered by an insurer, or costing more when the procedure is related to someone's gender transition. Even with this whole thing happening, an LGBTQ person who is discriminated against or denied healthcare can still sue, and the courts may rule that their civil rights will be violated in such a cause. What the hell? Just about this whole thing is just wrong. Now, Severino, he said that defining the timing of the rules released during Pride Month and on the post-massacre anniversary, saying it was purely coincidental. I don't think so. You actually wanted this to happen, Trump. You and your administration actually wanted this to happen. And they said that transgender rights advocates criticize the timing of another reason, the coronavirus. Seriously? Now, a lot with this is happening and everything. Now that it's marked final and everything along the way, this rule, which was issued by the agency of an executive branch, may now encounter hurdles via the two other branches of the federal government. It's like I keep telling you guys, whenever I talk about Trump, I keep telling y'all, he don't like us. He don't like people. People are like, no, he does. You're not awake, okay? I am awake. People that I know are awake. They can tell you that Trump does not give a damn, okay? With the black people, he had his campaign trail. He wanted to start off in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Juneteenth. Now, he changed it because he got a lot of backlash for it, but he decided to do it on Juneteenth. And he wanted to talk about George Floyd and everything else along the way and certain other things as well with the black community. With Native Americans, they are supposed to be receiving a certain federal assistance, and they have received $0. They have received diddly squat. With the Mexicans, you remember, he's like, oh, let's deport all the Mexicans and build a wall over there. Again, Trump does not care about us. This is why we need leaders who actually care about the nation. People like former President Barack Obama, who actually cares a lot about this nation. But no, trust me, Obama is horrible, but Trump is superior. Again, that is a damn lie, and I'm gonna keep telling y'all that too. Along with this, the Trump administration, they also asked the Supreme Court to make it legal to ban same-sex couples from adopting. I know a ton of people who are wonderful people, and they can be amazing parents, and they are same-sex couples, and just hearing about that, it pissed me off so much because I'm bi. I'm flat out I'm bi and everything along with. But it's just hearing about this, about him saying, oh, same-sex couples can't have a child. That's truly horrible. Again, people, Trump does not care about us. His administration doesn't care. They need to go point blank. This is why people need to go out there. They need to register to vote for leaders who actually care about us, okay? To all my friends in the LGBTQ community, I feel you guys. I love you guys so much. You guys are doing so much, happening and everything along the way. It's just a lot, people. We've got to stop this. We've got to stop Trump. We've got to stop his administration from this happening and everything else. This next one, I don't know what to say, but, I am furious as to the outcome from it and whatnot. But in California, Palmdale, actually, activists and residents demanded an independent investigation after the death of a 24-year-old man, black man by the name of Robert Fuller, who was found hanging from a tree in a public square last week. Now, the police deemed it suicide, but Fuller's family said that Robert isn't that kind of person to do this kind of thing. His sister, Diamond Alexander, said that the family was told certain things, but it just wasn't right in her perspective in a way.
It's really crazy to all of us, and we really are here to support Robert, and we really want to find out the truth of what really happened. Yeah. Robert was a good little brother to us, and it's like everything that they've been telling us has not been right. We've been hearing one thing, then we hear another, and we just want to know the truth. We're sitting here staring at this tree. It don't make no sense. That's right. My brother is tall. Okay. My brother was not suicidal.
Come on. There it is.
He wasn't.
Not suicide.
My brother was just with me not too long ago, and my brother was a survivor. He was out here in this. He loved Antelope Valley, and he was out here all the time doing what he did best. He was a survivor. He knew how to get around.
Again, where is the truth in this? Like she said, her family, they're getting information after information, and it's just a lot. Now, a bystander, they found Mr. Fuller's body hanging from a tree in a Ponset Lawn Square across from the Palmdale City Hall at around 3:39 a.m. on a Wednesday, according to the Los Angeles Sheriff Department. And the fire department, they came down, they took the body down, and police ruled it as a suicide. Now, many people of the community, the Palmdale community, gathered around to show support, but a lot of questions were being asked, as like, why was it right there in the public, in front of City Hall, next to a church, and in front of a library? Why was it like that? Who would do this kind of thing? no black man would hang himself in public like this at this time. And like, were there any cameras in that park when this all happened? What about cameras towards the church or towards City Hall? What about those cameras and everything else on the way? And even, you know, with this story with him, 10 days beforehand, the same thing happened to someone just 50 miles away in Victorville, to a 38-year-old black man by the name of Malcom Harsch. And we're really going back to lynching now, because, you know, people think this is a fun thing to do. Hell no, it's not. It really is not it's not a good thing to do at all. But again, where is the evidence in this? Like, where is the cameras being shown? Like, are there cameras going around and everything else with this? Because, you know, this was at 3:38 a.m. and, you know, no one apparently was out there when this happened. How is all this happening? I really hope that they find the people who did this to both Mr. Fuller and Mr. Harsch, because this is just unbearable to even hear about and even talk about as well. Again, people, I'm afraid to go out these doors, right, you know, and worrying about what's going to happen. Am I going to be the next victim to be killed or lynched, or, you know, it's just so much to bear with. Like I said, a lot just happened over this weekend, and I'm livid by it. Like, seriously livid. I'm seriously pissed by it. And along with, you know, with Trump announcing the whole banning on LGBTQ health benefits and everything that's on the way, with this whole lynching and everything on the way, and then what also happened on that Friday in Atlanta, it just gotta stop, people. I mean, if you don't know the story about what happened in Atlanta, a white Atlanta police officer by the name of Garrett Roll, he shot and killed a black man, 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks, after an altercation on Friday night, and it sparked tons of protests in the city, with the officers firing and the police chief resigning. Now, Rashard Brooks, my apologies, he was shot dead by a police officer on Friday night at a Wendy's drive-thru in the city. Now, I'm not showing this video because, like I say, watching this video, it's very graphic, like George Floyd and other people as well. It's just very graphic to show because, you know, kids are watching this kind of thing and everything else on the way. It's just graphic to even show on here. But surveillance video and bystander videos from the scene show that Brooks, he took a taser from an officer, and, you know, after he was attempted arrest, and, you know, he fired that taser at the officers and everything else on the way, and that officer killed him, as authorities said. And less than 24 hours, the mayor Keisha Bottoms of Atlanta, she announced that the police chief resigned after this. It's just so much to go on with this, you know. People are trying to figure out what the hell happened, you know, with this, what actually happened via the videos and everything else on the way. Now, the police responded to this, and, you know, they received a call on Friday night saying that there was a man sleeping in a Wendy's drive-thru, causing other customers to go around and everything else on the way, as the Georgia Bureau of Investigation said in a statement. Now, when the police arrived, they went to talk to Brooks, and Brooks was, you know, he was talking to the police officers, he was doing everything along the way. They asked him to do a sobriety test, and he actually agreed to that as well. When, you know, they started arresting him, Brooks resisted arrest, and he struggled with officers, and he grabbed a taser and just bolted. You know, he points the taser at the officer and fires it. Thus then, Rolf pulls out his gun and starts shooting at Brooks, and, you know, thus having him fall to the ground, and then later pronounced dead at the hospital when they took him over there. You know, the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, they kicked off an investigation with this on an incident, a request of the Atlanta Police Department, as said on Saturday. Now, once this has happened, they would turn it over to prosecutors and everything with that. And so much happened with that. You know, the police officer was fired, but not arrested. I mean, he should be arrested. And the fellow officer that was with him, his name is Ben Bronson. He is on administrative leave. This is what's showing what's going on in our system and everything along the way. So I watched all the videos from like different angles and everything along the way. And when you watch it on the police cams, you can actually see that Brooks actually told the officer, she said, you know, I did have a drink and a half. I can walk home and everything else along the way, but that wasn't enough. It just, it's a lot to go on with these videos and everything along the way. And, you know, doing research and everything, most people should know that a taser is not intentionally a deadly weapon. But to certain people's eyes, apparently it is. And we have got to stop adding more and more people to these lists. You know, we've lost, in 2020, if I'm not mistaken, we've lost Ahmaud Arbery, we've lost Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, we've got Robert Fuller, we have Malcom Harsch, right now we have Rayshard Brooks. We have more and more people being added to this list. We gotta stop this. And when all this happened, you know, with the protests and everything, people on Saturday night, they came over and blocked roads and intersections towards the restaurant and at the Wendy's and everything, and apparently was set on fire. Now, people gonna say black people did this. I keep telling you guys, not black people are doing this, because I've actually seen video of someone actually set it on fire, and it was not a black person. It was actually a white person who actually set it on fire.
Look at this white girl. Look at the white girl trying to set shit on fire. Look at the white girl trying to burn down the Wendy's. This wasn't us. This wasn't us.
So as you can see in that video, black people didn't do that. You know, but yet people are going to blame us for actually doing that kind of thing. And like I tell people, you know, if you see somebody being racist, you need to call them out. It's just, we've got to stop this, point blank. We got a lot to deal with this here. And I go day by day thinking everything is going to be all right, but I know for a fact it's not. I know, like I said, the moment I walk out these doors, if I go somewhere, something bad could happen to me. And I don't want to be another person. I don't want to be the next victim to be added to that list. It's just too much, y'all. But what are you guys' thoughts about everything happening with the whole Trump administration on, you know, banning healthcare for LGBTQ members? What about with the lynching, and what about, you know, with the Rashard Brooks, and just in general, what is on your mind, people? Because I want to know what is happening. And I want us to have a great life, but I know for a fact it's not going to happen, because we are going back in time and not forward. It's just a lot. But I want you guys to be out there being safe. When you go on these protests, be safe. Make sure you don't do anything idiotic and everything along the way, okay? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Whenever you subscribe, hit that little bell so you know I have a video out there, so that way you can tell your friends and your family that I'm actually getting the word out to you guys. With that being said, I love all you guys. Be safe out there. Peace out. Black Lives Matter.